right, amazing people. Welcome, welcome. I am Lorie Woodruff. Tonight's conversation is all about money and getting you to the next level. It's no shortage of what's going on outside. I think we all know what's going on outside with the economy, but we all have our own personal economy. So that's the conversation that we're going to have tonight. So with your permission, can I please hurt a little feelings when it comes to digging into this money situation? Can I not be soft? Can I kind of go in a little bit tough on some of us with this money situation? Yes or yes?
You can go with me. I mean, anybody can run a social. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
I appreciate that. Chandler, thank you for letting me be who I need to be. All right. Again, this is going to be a conversation where we'll get to some solutions in a little bit, but I do want to just make sure I celebrate many of you that are out there. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing it. You are keeping your head above, way above water, more than you know. And so I celebrate you more than you know. Okay. I see you out there on social media. I see many of you just when I'm checking in with some of you. And it's good to know that you're doing what you need to do. Don't fake it and just say, yeah, everything's great, everything's fine. And then going home and you're just like, shit, what the hell? So I want to make sure because I hear the conversations every single day when it comes to real estate, when it comes to my business coaching conversations, everything centers around I want to do something, but I want to fix my credit, but and guess what the nucleus of the conversation all comes down to? Okay. It's not that they don't want to, it's not that they don't really, appreciate getting to that next level in life. It's about the money. And if we have more, then we can always do more. So tonight's conversation is not just a fluffy conversation. Welcome, everybody. Yeah. So many of the conversations that I have online with many of you, if you're looking to purchase a home, it takes money. If you're looking to fix your credit, if you've got $25,000 in debt or $30,000 to $50,000 in debt, then what do you think is going to solve that problem when it's time to buy a home? Okay. Paying down the debt means I need the money. All right. So I want you to drop in just shortly, just so I can see who I'm talking to. I like interactions. So if you could let me know what industry are you in? What industry are you currently in right now? If you're in sales, if you're in retail, whatever that is, what does that look like? Real estate. Okay. How you smell out? Budgeting, healthcare, cleaning. Love
Real
it.
estate, flowers, real estate.
Hi, Flanders. Real
How you
estate,
doing?
sales, motivation, confidence builder. All right. Great. Sales. All right. Mm. I'm in sales as well.
I can't get rid of you for some reason, can I?
I can't. I'm not going anywhere. So not going anywhere.
Okay.
So good that
All
you're
right.
on. So good.
I'm still with you. I'm still with you.
So do me a favor now and drop in. If money was not an issue, what is the number annually that you're looking to achieve? Write that in the chat box. Throw it in there. If money was not an issue and you're just like, I'm doing it because I'm doing healthcare just because I want to. I'm doing sales just because I want to. If that was just a thing, if money wasn't the issue of why you really show up every day, please tell me, what is it? What is that magical number that would make you happy? Housing, donations, volunteering, vacation, being able to give money back. What is that number? And do not just say $100,000 because that is a safe number that many of you go to. But I want you to think bigger. And what is that number annually that you'd want to make? Chandler, Toya, Ismaila, Latrice, drop it in the chat and let us know what is that number that you want to bring home net every single year. Come on. 325,000, 625,000. What's your number? 300? That's a good number. I like that number. I like that. I like that. Like, I don't need a whole lot. I don't need a whole lot. I just want to be able to live comfortably and go to vacation whenever I want to. Okay. 200,000 a year. 200,000. One of y'all was going to put 100,000. You know, that's like the bare minimum these days, right? 100,000 is just so we can afford eggs. What else you got? 250,000, Corey. Nice. I like that number. Realistically, Toya is bringing in $400,000. I hope y'all believe this. I hope y'all are not just putting these numbers out there just because. I don't need a lot neither. I just need enough to be able to give back. $500,000, Latrice. I like that. 350. Alicia, that's my number. That's my number, Alicia. That's my. All right. Thank you for dropping that in there. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remember these numbers. 200,000 for Chandler. All right, perfect. So I see all your numbers. That's your freedom number. So basically that's what we're kind of moving in that direction to focus on. What does it take to get in that direction to make 200,000, 400,000? Because making money is not hard. You just have to have the right resources and the right community to show you how to get that money. There was a time during the pandemic around 2021, 22, where I jumped out there and I had to do something that scared me. And I know what I wanted, but I knew I couldn't do it by myself. So as I move along and start focusing on who has what I want, there was a millionaire in front of me making 7 figures. 6 figures was off the table. 7 figures was his annual. And it wasn't just money coming from a job. It was money coming from several different sources that he created. And in this environment, guys, I want you to really understand you're not going to get rich just off of one job. You're not just going to get rich off of one stream of income. Hello? One stream of income is next to being broke. And if anything were to go wrong, God forbid, then that income can stop. And then it can also be sucked up with medical bills and things like that. So you've got to have something that's always coming in to support your lifestyle. So going back to the 7-figure mastermind, I paid $40,000 to be a part of a mastermind. And not that I'm asking you to do that today. I'm painting the picture so that you understand how to make more money. You have to be in front of people who are making the money. Does that make sense? I can't go to my broke cousin and say, hey, I got this big idea and I really want to bounce it off of you. Because we do that normally because that's your cousin, that's your friend, that's your best friend, that's your mom, that's your dad. But if they've never made the money that you've wanted, that you wrote right here, why are you going to those people even asking their advice? I've had some people ask, hey, can my mom come along on home tours when we go looking? I'm like, maybe. I keep my customers and my clients very guarded because husbands can fuck up a deal. Wives can fuck up a deal. Excuse my language. And I say that simply because if your mindset is not focused on the end goal, we're going to do this together. We're going to acquire some wealth. We're going to have our kids here, a legacy. But if you've got that person focused on, why do you need this? What do you think this is going to, like, do you really want this house? Nah. I mean, look at the baseboards. They're not even all round. Like, little stupid stuff. So if you got those, what we call haters, then it's going to be very hard for you to achieve what you're looking for in life. Does that make sense, Toya? If I'm looking to acquire something big, I have to be in front of bigger people so that I can get to the 300,000, 200,000 or more a year. But if I continue to hang around my broke friends, guess what I'm going to be? I'm going to be broke friend number 2 or 3 or 4 because they like to hang together. They don't want to see you move up. They don't want to see you move up. You understand if you've noticed in your life that when you start to elevate and you start to move up, you understand some friends can't go with you. They can't go with you because they don't understand where you're going. So it's important to be around groups of people like this, to be in communities of like-minded people so that when they know, what are you looking to do? Oh, I'm looking to start a business. Oh, well, I got this, and this. Let's put it all together. Let's put it together. Alicia is one of my accountability partners. She's a real estate agent. We don't work for the same company, but when we need to get together, it is quiet time and we're getting together for one purpose, elevation. That's it. We're not second guessing. Well, why are you doing that? And if she is, she's checking me on, hey, that's probably not the best thing you want to do. Maybe you want to do this first. You got to have those friends that'll check you in the right way, but you got to have the people in front of you because you're all on here. You're all intelligent in what you're doing, but you have to understand your environment means a whole lot on how much money that you actually have. And it could start from home. It could start with the person you're sleeping with. It could start with the kids that you have. It could start with your mom and dad. So you've got to be very careful that your circle is celebrating you and helping you move along to get to that next position. Okay. I've worked in real estate now 25 years. This is my 25 year. In January, I celebrated 25 years. And as I take a look back, yes, a lot has changed. But I always celebrate that moment as if this is my first time helping somebody buy a home. Like I still remember like it's my first time buying a home. So I understand every single bit of what it takes to get them to the finish line. And you got to make sure, like I said, you're surrounded by the right people and the right mindset to make it happen. Deborah, any type of business that we do together, we have fun together, we trade Forex together. But we never tore apart anybody saying, well, why are you doing that?
Right.
Never. It's good to see you, love. Now she's retired. She can do whatever she wants. All right. So let's get things started. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page, understanding you can't do this by yourself. Okay. And I don't want you to. If not anybody else is going to be cheering for you, it's going to be me. And I'm going to be making sure I celebrate everything that you guys are doing because you matter. And I know this to be true. No matter what you're doing, most of my business clients, we start with at least having a plan together. And that's how we start focusing and start getting some things together, making sure it makes sense so they can make some dollars together. Okay, so let's get some things started. So we have this time. Everything will be recorded. So you'll get this in the next day or two so that you can look at it over again. Tonight, we're talking about unlocking new income avenues. As I mentioned, having one income is just too close to being broke. And I don't want that for you guys. I want to make sure that we explore some options tonight. And if it is something that you want, I want you to focus on one thing tonight. Whatever it is, I want you to write down just one thing that you can pick away from today. And then we're going to move and help you expand that. Tonight's topic is going to be about, we're going to touch a little bit on what the economy is doing. We're going to talk a little bit about what passive income is all about. And then we're going to talk about some of the businesses, like I mentioned, there's over 50 businesses that I want to share with you guys that you're able to get started. Now, do I want you to start 50 businesses tonight or at one time? Absolutely not. But when we get to that point where I'm showing them to you on some possibilities, please make sure that you keep your mind open. Remember your number that you wrote down, 200, 300, 500,000, whatever that number is. I want you to sit there and figure out one of these is going to get me to $500,000. And I want you to believe it. Okay. Real estate agent for 25 years, business coach for half of that time period. So most of the time I'm helping a lot of real estate agents and business owners start their business and market their brand. That's not something I thought I was going to do, but it's something that I love to do because I love helping instill that confidence in each and every one of you to make sure you got what you need to make the money online. Because a lot of people just don't like social media, but I want to make sure that you're comfortable in it so that you are making money online to attract the right people. I have authored 2 books. First was Unleash Your Irresistibility, a personal development book to allow men and women to understand you got that glow and how to keep that glow. I was going through depression years ago and I had to learn how to bounce back from depression. And it's not just a magic pill, but it's a lifestyle that you you walk into every single day. So I had to write that book so that people understand, look, you got 5 or 10 seconds, cry, boo-hoo. You can blame somebody else if you want to, but I got to make sure that you bounce back immediately. So that book is all about bounce back. And then The Extraordinary Makeover, one of the authors is actually on here, Alicia, once again, shouting her out. She's one of the 18 authors that were on the book. And that I wanted to make sure I highlighted women's stories. Women's stories, we all have a story. Men, women, child, we all have a story. So I wanted all these ladies, beautiful ladies, inside and out, to talk about their specific story and highlight it, because we all have a story, but we never think that anybody else goes through it but us. So those are the 2 books that I have authored. Plenty of ebooks that I have authored. One of the first ones that I did was a credit repair ebook to help people fix their own credit. And then the other one that you see on the right-hand side, Start Your Own Business and Get It Funded. That is one for business owners so they can start their business the right way. I mean, the right way, not everything through your cell phone or through your mama's address. I mean, getting your email address, getting your business address together, and all the things so that you can get the right funding for your business. Okay. So this is the part, and I said, Corinne, I said, this is the part where we're going to talk some numbers of reality. This may hurt a little bit, but we got to see it to understand why this conversation is so important. Okay. Everything okay now? Hopefully everything is sounding okay. Let's talk about the money, the increases that we talk about right now. When you take a look at your job, the current position that you're in right now, it's typically a salary bump that you could be getting. Now, if you look at the total average between 2023 and 2024, 2022, the average salary increase was about 3.8 per year. So let's just round it up and say 4%. So if you were making $50,000 a year and the boss said, come on in the office, I got some great news for you. Came in the office and they said, look, we're bumping up your salary by 4%. That's a whopping $2,000 increase. Yes. So you walk out of there from having a $50,000 salary now to $52,000, thinking this is a magnificent thing. And when you start focusing on getting jobs, I want you now, when you're getting that job offer, to really pay attention after this conversation, because 4% is not a lot of money. It is not a lot of money. And think about it, when you get your job offer from your job, that $100,000 or $78,000 job, that's a gross number. That's not the net, not the net at all. We're going to go through that definitely. But 4% sucks. So you definitely want to say thank you, but we need to renegotiate. And we need to renegotiate simply because inflation is what's taking our money. So if I stretch this back all the way back to 2010, the inflation rates can range anywhere from, I would say, let's just call it 2%, teetering around 2% over the last couple decades, right? And then we had a tremendous increase happen in 2021. COVID happened. It spiked everything up, and now we're over almost 5% in inflation. Do you understand that this is where a lot of us have been tripped up and haven't recovered because of the inflation numbers? So now 2021 spiked up, and then 2022 was like, hey, 8%. 8%, y'all. So if your employer wanted to give you 4%, but inflation is at 8%, who won? The economy won, taking our money, just going outside. And this is just basic things such as food. This is not anything elaborate that we're looking, hey, I need to go to Dubai or I need to go on this lavish vacation. No, this is just simply eating. So when you go up 8%, this is why a lot of people have not recovered. 2023, things started to come back down. And now, right now in 2024, who knows what it's going to be going into 25, but it's teetering around 3% right now. So if we already look at, all right, I got a raise at 4%, but inflation easily get me over that. Do we see why we're upside down, robbing Peter to pay Paul? Them guys? Them guys? Let's go back in time for a little bit and look at our salaries and how much they've gone up. In 2004, the median salary in the US, this is not counting any specific profession, was $44,684. $44,000 was the median income back in 2004. 2024, the median salary just jumped up to about $65,000. That's it. Not a big jump in 20 years as much as you would think, right? Because if you're keeping up with the raises, if we even went by the chart, if we got a 4% raise every single year, and that was what, 20 years, I should easily be over 20%, right? But that's not the case. Let's take a look at home prices. As much as I would love, Chandler, to take you back to 2004 and get a whole single family home with a 1-car garage, 3 bedrooms, I can't rewind time. So in 2004, home prices were averaging around 274.5. Nice number, right? Big home, 2004. And 2024, the median home price right now is about $419,000 and rising. So, and this is Maryland area. I'm going to say DC is about 500,000. So that means anything under that price is probably going to be something that you're like, suspect. I don't really like this neighborhood. Anything in the $200,000 range might be a little suspect, might be something that is not your grandiose home. But does it make sense that we only increased $20,000 here in our salary, but we increased from 274 to 419? That's 150%. It doesn't make sense. So because of these numbers, this is the reason why we have to make more income decisions. Let's talk about the average rental prices in 2020 versus 2025. Not even that long ago. I'm just going from 2020 to date. All right. New York. These are all 1 bedrooms, you guys. 1 bedrooms. That's it. The average 1 bedroom in New York in 2020 was $3,000. To date, it's about $3,800. $3,800. A lot of these percentages you want to see. Well, how much is my rent going to increase? In many cases, it can be anywhere from 5% and up. 5% and up. So even renting is not the best safeguard because that's going to go up also. LA, if you moved out to LA, $2,150 was your rental price average in 2020. To date, it's about $2,750. $2,750 for a 1 bedroom. In Houston, everybody loves it, Texas. I'm moving to Texas. Go ahead. $1,200 was the rental average. $1,500, nobody's stopping you from moving to Texas at all. Go. It's still there on the map. $1,500 is what an average 1 bedroom is. If you go to Philly, $1,500 is the average back in 2020. To date, $1,704 is the average now. In the Atlanta area, $1,594 was the average rental price. Now it's about $1,771. In good old Miami, you know this number can definitely go up high, but $1,700 is the average in 2020. Now it's about $2,200. In DC area where we live, $1,548 was the number, and now it's about $2,303. Do we see a trend here? Nothing rolled backwards. The only thing that crept up was the income. That's it. The average salary. Debt did not. Expenses did not. Let's break down a $100,000 salary before we start getting into some solutions, because y'all are looking at the screen like, damn it, that's where all my money goes. That's where all my money goes. If I had to break down the $100,000 salary, if you got an offer today and the employer said, welcome aboard, we want to welcome you, you get started on March 1st, your salary is $100,000. Now, many of you are going to be excited. I would, that's a great salary. Until you start paying attention to what gets deducted and what you actually take home. Florida, Miami's in there. So let's take a look at our $100,000. As soon as you walk out the door and you celebrate, you call your boo thing up and you're like, babe, I got the job. Good. Let's go celebrate. Let's go eat, right? That's the first thing we do. Let's go eat. Let's talk about taxes. This very first thing that gets taken out of our salary. There's no control. We can't do anything about that. So off the break, we're down to about $76,000 now because IRS wants their money. All right. All right. So just take it over. Like, imagine this is monopoly money, and you got the money in your hand and you're like, all right, I start with 100,000. And then the tax man comes and like, I'll take 24%, taking 24,000 of that. The next thing we have is debt payments. Debt payments could be anything. And guys, this is a low number. I'm going to have to pull some from the savings number because the way our debt is going, we got problems. It's not 12%. It's way more than that. The debt payment could be child support. It could be rent. It's going to be insurance. It's going to be going out to eat with our good girlfriends and celebrating that good job. It's going to be those installment payments on the car. It's going to be credit card debt. All the things that we expense out of our life. 12%. We know it's more than that. We know it's more than that. The next thing that comes out of our salary is big business spending. 40% of our salary is big business spending. And let me explain what that is. Every single month, something is tugging at us. When we go in the grocery stores, well, many of us are not going to Target or Walmart, but imagine when you did go, you probably saw something in the front of the store to let you know what time of year it is. Right? It's now February. We just came off of a holiday. What was that? Valentine's Day. So let's start with February. Every single month, retailers are knocking at our purse, at our wallet, some kind of way because they want our money. So big business spending is, hey, February, you walk into the store, red is all over the place. It's Valentine's Day. You better get your boo something or get yourself something. March, we walk into that month. You've got March Madness, okay? April, between March and April, you've got Easter. All right, so you've got Easter sales going on. And then you've got May. What happens in May? Mother's Day. Mother's Day and Memorial Day. So you've got a double inside of May. So you're going into the store, you got to take mama out to eat. You got to get the grill ready. You got to get all the food ready. Cost coming out of our wallets. June comes around. You're still going to come back to Home Depot and Lowe's because you need to get that grill. So Father's Day is coming up in June. July, you're spending some more money because it's what? 4th of July. August comes around. It's now back to school time. So you're getting back to school books, food, stocking up again. September comes around and it's now Labor Day. All right, shutting the pools down. Money's being spent because people want to do what? Barbecue. Food cost. And you've got October running up, and that's going to be Halloween. So Halloween, got to get your costume together, parties together. November rolls around, and now they're taking money for Thanksgiving. Got to get the food. Got to get the spread because everybody's coming to your house or you going somewhere. And then December, just all the money goes out the door because you've got all holidays going on. Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, holiday parties, and all of that's going on. And what's that doing? Here, just you take money. You take money. Like everybody's just taking money. And then you start the top of the year with a holiday party called what? New Year's Eve. So big business is going to spend at least 40% of our income. This does not even include birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, brunches that we love to go to. None of that. So 40% of our income is definitely going out the door for that. So now what do we have left? Savings. Okay. So now we've got 24%. As I warned you, debt is more than 12% because most of our housing is way more than 12%. And in a lot of cases, is almost 50% of our income. So The last category of what's taking our money is 24% of our income. And that's for any investments, any kind of savings that you push aside. Let me ask you this, after you've taken a look at everything here, who has money for savings? If you did this correctly, there's nothing really left over for you to enjoy life. There's nothing left for you to really enjoy because a lot of that savings you're going to have to take from, and you're not going to be able to save like you really want to. And that's the trouble with people looking to purchase homes. It's hard to get into that category unless they have some other engine, some other passive income, some other vehicle that is causing some income to come in on top of their salary. Normally, when you have these new businesses that are getting started, you've got an average of about 3 million people starting businesses every single year. During the pandemic, it spiked up because a lot of people were getting laid off. So they had to pivot and they had to see, what is it that I can do so that I can add more money to this salary of mine and have a life and still be able to get the things that I desire. So after 2021, new business applications started to spike up, which is a great thing. All right. Now let's get into the money now. When we talk about passive income is the money that you earn with little to no ongoing effort. You do it one time and it can continue to reward you month to month, even day to day. It can come from a variety of sources, including investments, real estate, and digital products. So let me give you an example. If you had investments such as foreign exchange, if you had stocks, those are investments that you buy into, and then you allow the market to increase your profits. So that income is coming in only because you placed the trade maybe 3 months ago, 3 days ago, 3 hours ago, so that you can get that money back. All right. You did an activity once. You either put in a buy order or you put in a sell order, and that allowed that investment to increase. Life insurance is another thing. I need to put you guys onto life insurance. Life insurance is not something that you just invest when somebody dies. It is an income. It could be an income vehicle for many of you to retire as well. But we'll talk about that some other time. Real estate. How can real estate be passive income for you? I want you to imagine the place that you're in right now. Let's imagine it's a 3-bedroom and you move out of it. Because right now you're paying the bills. You have to make the payments through your income source. But if you move out and you move in another family, and let's say your mortgage is $1,000, your mortgage debt is $1,000 per month. If you bring a family in there, and we already saw what the trending rates could be, you get with the real estate agent, you're like, yo, how much is the trending rent in my neighborhood for this 3-bedroom, 2-bath home? And let's say it's $2,500 a month. All right. For this example, it's $2,500. $2,500 minus your expense of $1,000 is $1,500. That is your passive income every single month. What do you do with that money? Maybe you want to put it into investments. Maybe you want to put it into the house that you're living in right now. It could help pay for the home that you're in. But real estate is an awesome source. This is the reason why investors buy properties. They're buying the blocks up. They're buying in several areas because at some point, those tenants are going to pay off that house. And then as the owner gets older and is ready to retire, guess what is paid off in full? Oh, well, this house is now worth $400,000 paid in full. I could sell it if I want. Because that passive income was coming through every single year, every month, basically, when they paid that rent, it's huge cash cow. And people who have multiple properties out here, let's imagine you've got your portfolio now has 5 properties, Baltimore, Maryland, DC, wherever you are. And you allow the tenants to pay down as much as possible. Now you can retire in peace. and digital products. All right. How do you get paid from digital products? If you've ever paid attention to a course, an ebook that has valuable information, you know something. All of you know something. You know something more than you think you know. You might know, well, I know how to quilt. I know how to cook. I know how to trade Forex. I know how to, I don't know, braid hair. Whatever it is that you do very well, you can get paid for that. But you don't lean into that as much as you think. So digital products got very popular over the last decade, really. And more, a lot of them more got popular during the pandemic because when you learn a thing, you can get paid for a thing. And if I know how to, let's say, create these pens, if I know how to create this pen, then I'm going to create a course that's going to show you how to create this pen from beginning to end. And I'm going to show you how to do it because you don't know how to do it. But you're going to pay, let's say my ebook is $49.99, and you want to learn what I've already done. So the one product that I can do one time, I can get paid over and over again through the internet because other people want to learn how to make this pen. And this pen could mean anything, guys. All right. I want you to think bigger than just this pen, right? There are courses out there. You could teach something. Imagine you teaching someone and they can see you making the pen from the ball tip to the different colors, where to get the products, the material from. You do a course from beginning to end. Now that course is $279. You did that course one time, and now you get to sell that course over and over and over again. And that's money that people, as they say, make money in their sleep. I love digital products. And those are the things that help me help real estate agents and entrepreneurs most because I get to show them how to use an easy method of using their brain to make money. Okay. If you cannot buy something twice and with passive income, you cannot afford it. If you cannot buy something twice and with passive income, you cannot afford it. That means if you know that necklace that you really want, let's say it costs $2,000, okay, minimum $2,000. If you multiply that and say, look, it's not $2,000, but it's really $4,000. Can I buy this if it was $4,000? And if the answer is no, then you can't afford it. So that's with everything that we do. If you know, I want to go on this trip to Dubai, and you're sitting here all the way down to the penny. I think it's going to cost this for transportation. I think this is going to cost double it, double the entire trip. Can you now afford to go to Dubai in business class? Then you can't afford it. The answer is no. Stay home and start waiting to see what do I need to do to be able to afford it. One thing we have to get better with doing is saying, I don't have it, period. I don't have the money, period. We have to stop doing that because our mind is simply shutting it off and saying, all right, cool. That means you don't want any other options to make this income thing work. So one thing is I'm in front of these millionaires a couple years ago, learning from them. One of the things I had to learn myself was I had to speak to myself way different. And yes, it was uncomfortable, but after a while, it got pretty easy. The one thing I had to tell myself is, what do I need to do to be able to afford this? And then I started getting cocky with it. I'm like, damn it, I can do whatever I can do, whatever I need to do to make it happen. So I stopped saying, I can't afford this trip. I can't afford this car. No. What do I need to do to be able to afford it is my question. So you have to ask yourself that same question when it comes to buying a house, buying your dream X, whatever it is, put it in the chat for me right now. What is that next investment or that next dream vacation? What is it that you need this extra for? Drop it in the chat as we go, because I'm going to look at a few of those and see. Your passive income should be funding your lifestyle. Your passive income should be funding your lifestyle. We just broke down the example of a $100,000 salary that there's nothing left. There's nothing left to go on vacation. There's nothing left to donate. There's nothing left to just say, you know what? I want to take that $30,000 mastermind class because I want to educate myself. There's nothing left. So you have to have some other income sources in order to make your lifestyle happen. So when someone says, do you want to go to Dubai? It's March 1st. We understand how flights cost more money at the last minute, right? So your answer should be, what do I need to do to afford it? Going forward, right? All right, let me take a look and see what you guys got. All right, she's very specific. She says a Rambler house. All right. How much is the house? Be specific. Be specific. A condo, house, and comfort. How much is this? Put a dollar amount on these guys. Gwen says a reunion trip to Dallas. Okay, I know that's more than $50. Latrice says travel to Africa with Dreamland Tours. Ooh. Deborah says traveling to Dubai, Bali, and Australia. Well, if you're doing all these in one trip, we know we got to fund some deals. 4-unit building, 300,000. Perfect, Chandler. So we got to work backwards. Whatever that number is, I can help you with whatever the real estate cost is. But if there's anything else as far as the building is concerned, Toya wants a 4-unit building. Where? Is it Baltimore? Is it DC? Because 4-unit buildings in DC, you can pay for it. You can afford it. Here's a trick I did, and I want to make sure that you guys do the same. Go to Amazon, and I want you to look for a pack of $100,000, $10,000, I'm sorry. I need you guys to think bigger. Yeah, no, pour in maybe 400,000, maybe 450. You want it to be nice, right? All right. I want you to go to Amazon tonight, and I want you to type in play money, movie money. I got this pack of money, and it looks, you see these $100 bills? I got a pack with the strap on it. It was a $10,000 strap. So it's $10,000 in here. I have money sprinkled all around my home, in my purse, because it's a reminder that I always have money. Try not to pull this out by accident, but I know the difference, you know. Deborah, you got remember this exercise we did? If you pull this out, do you understand your mind doesn't know the difference between this or the other? They're both paper. They both visually are $100, right? I see Franklin, I see 100, like there's no difference. So I want you to do that because I need you to imagine, oh, I see my Rambler, I see my Dubai trip, I see the business class trip, I see the condo, I see the furniture in there. I see everything. My family is getting money. You got me? I need you to imagine that you already have it here. All right. But the money is on my nightstand. I have the money in my purse. Like it's everywhere so that it's a reminder. Go get it. It's yours. All right. Perfect. So let's talk about how we're going to get to that money. Thank you for sharing. You should have it. I keep it on my desk. All my coaching clients know we don't leave home without it. All right. Your mind has to be so focused on this. Now, the way that I got through this and the way I'm going to show you guys the 50 business ideas, there's over 50 business ideas, is through the Royale Business Academy. Now, this academy currently has about 16,000 members, just like you and I. And I always have to arm myself with this kind of information because I'm in front of people who need this passive income. They need a business to help them get started. They need some ideas. And the Business Academy is just started in December, actually. But with the amount of ideas that are in here, I really want you guys to take note of what's inside of it. As I mentioned, I have spent thousands of dollars, and it's not a brag, but I just want you to identify what you're about to see versus what you're about to get. Because $40,000 was just one mastermind. And I'm scared to death because I'm in rooms with people who made more money than me. But I had to stop and understand I'm in the same room with you. I'm in the same room for a reason. I paid to be here. I invested to be here. I belong here. And that's how you have to walk into being a whole new you, is that you have to be a whole new you and say, I belong here. All this is mine. All of it is mine. And when you look at the amount of money I've spent on other tutorials and masterminds here and there, well over $100,000 just in education so that I can give this type of information to my friends who listen, my business clients who take it on, and definitely to the ones who I'm in the real estate space with, because these are the conversations that make you rich. These are the ones that make you wealthy, because your salary, let it just be to take care of home, business, debt, if you have any. But I need you to focus on this right here. Got pen and paper out, guys? Because this is going to be the thing that's going to take things over the top. All right, Corinne, it's go time. We're not messing around no more. We're not messing around. I know this is a lot, but I want you to focus on the middle of the page. And I'm going to just read them out, but I want you to start thinking, what is it that I can do that may be this multi-million figure? These are businesses in the mobile food truck area. Who's been interested in something like that? These are businesses that inside the Royale Business Academy, they're showing you how to get these businesses started. Do you hear me? Guys, they're showing you how to get these businesses started. Now, from here, I have my own community starting in March. If you want to be a part of that so that you can put these things together, I'll send you the wait list if you want to be on that so I can see who's serious about putting these things together. Then we'll definitely continue that in March. Okay. But I'll send that list out, the wait list out, so I can see who's interested on these type of businesses or any business to get things started. Let me start running them out to see what could be of interest to you. Awesome. All right. Everybody likes food, right? So mobile food truck, they're going to go through all the different avenues and the different necessary steps for doing a food truck. Let me give you an example. One of the companies that I'm associated with is a cannabis company. And they had spices at one point. They had different seasonings. So two of the guys that were part of my team, they would have a food truck, but they would introduce the seasonings, Deborah. You know how you're the seasoning queen. They would have the different seasonings on their food. So inside the truck, you know, when you can see the menu and things like that or what's available, they would have the seasonings up there so the patrons can see, oh, what did you make this food with? This one. This one had cannabis in it. All right. You know what cannabis is. So spices. All right. Special spices. So they would have that inside the mobile truck. So I just brought that up because that was a way that he was promoting two of his businesses. One, the food truck, and his cannabis business as well. He was selling the spices. All right. The next thing on this list, we're going just down the middle for right now. Independent trucking company. Trucking company. The next one is assisted living facility. Many of you know people who have access to nurses, managers that want to do live-in care. So they're showing you how to do an assisted living facility. A lot of those homes that you drive past every single day could be an assisted living home with seniors in there. Medical spa business, nail salon business, child daycare center, real estate. real estate wholesale company, all right? Teaches you how to be an investor, how to buy low, how to find the deals, and how to resell it for a higher price. Beauty cosmetics business is very popular right now, very popular. Mobile gas station startup, mobile gas station startup. Okay, we didn't say start a gas station, mobile gas station. What if somebody like a AAA, like you could be that person that has the service to help someone get gas. The next one is a vending machine. These are all courses that are showing you what to do, guys. These are courses just to show you how to get in there. Vending machines. Vending machines are very good. They're self-sufficient. You load it up, put the snacks in there, whether they're vegan or Skittles, food, water, drinks, sodas, and then you replenish it as often as it needs to. Take your money and just put food back in it. All right. I see a lot of people going to BJ's, Costco, those type of places and getting the snacks and just replenishing them in the vending machine. That's it. That's their business. And they make money every single week with that type of business. Virtual call center. Virtual call center, if you know, if you've ever called any of these companies out here, whether it's Xfinity, Verizon, it's a call center of people taking your calls. All of these calls, and all they are is maybe $4 or $5 an hour, people from overseas. So that teaches you how to set up your own center so that you can have your own call center. All right. Basically, it's just customer service type people that are helping and answering calls. We've got restaurant establishment, drop shipping store. Drop shipping is very popular because drop shipping could be something similar like, well, there is a company that sells these water bottles, and all I want to do is advertise this online, but I don't want to keep these in my house. So there is a company that will ship these out to the customer whenever they place an order. Drop shipping, that means you keep no inventory at the home, none, which is great. The cannabis business also was a drop shipping business because when someone places an order for gummies, smoke, whatever it is that they're buying online, the company, the warehouse sends it out to your customer's doorstep within 3 days. Drop shipping. All right, moving along, we've got online fashion boutique, Turo car rental. Turo does very well in this area with average cars. When I say average, I simply mean not the luxury cars. We're not in Dubai and Miami. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But people need regular everyday cars, Hondas, Nissans, just the basic average mid cars so that they can get to work and everything. So how do you run your own Turo rental car business? Home health care agency, home nursing staffing agency, beauty salon business, online hair store, medical scrub business. All right. The nurses need their scrubs. Laundromat business, independent tech sales, recruiters. There's a course in there that teaches you how to be a recruiter. Okay. Staffing agency, which is hot. High ticket remote sales. Some of these sales companies, some of these entrepreneurs, they need sales closers. So they show you in here how to put a team together for that. Box trucking, medical courier, truck dispatching company, owner, operator. I've seen so many women do these trucking companies. It's crazy. Dispatching, you can do that just about anywhere. So truck dispatching is very popular. Your own recruitment company as well. Airbnb business or VRBO, you want to set that type of business up, and a mortgage field inspector. That's just the middle column. Let's go over to the right column. More courses they teach you on. These are all the courses inside the academy, guys. Mobile notary business. That means if someone needs notary services, they call you up, you go to them, notarize, and boom, you're out of there. And you can have quite a few people on your team that do the same thing. So imagine it's not just you going from Catonsville to Baltimore to back to DC. You might have several people on your team that are doing this type of business, all right? You don't have to be the person doing everything. You do not have to be the one doing everything, okay? Mobile DNA testing business, non-medical home health care, almost like therapy, senior transportation, commercial cleaning, always big, always big. Sports bar, smoothie shop, and juice bars are very popular. Mobile barber shop. Now, I love that idea. One guy had asked me about that during the pandemic, and I said, that's an awesome idea instead of having a brick and mortar because you have to pay rent, you have to pay overhead, you have to pay all these expenses to keep the place going. Mobile barber shop, not as much at all. Okay. It's just the truck. Have you guys ever seen the trucks and they're cutting the guy's hair like outside of a box truck, but they really made it up really nicely? Yeah. Mobile barbershop. HR consulting agency. You've got medical equipment rental company. Again, beauty supply, event planning and party planning. They have that in there as well. How to do your own event planning. They've got a life insurance brokerage, how to get your license in here. Pallet flipping business, mobile security guard company. How to get more people to work with you in the security business. Body sculpting spa, landscaping. You guys with me? Have you guys seen anything so far as we round up? You guys see anything on here that's like, ooh, I could do that one. Body sculpting, landscaping, mobile bartending service. People will always be drinking. People will always be drinking. All right. So imagine if you could at least get your team together of a mobile bartending service. All right. Junk removal services, background check, bridal bouquet, funeral home startup. Somebody's always passing away, God forbid. So you can always be there to help with that. Mobile photography setup, adult daycare, and then a co-working desk space. Almost like a Regis kind of space where people just rent desk spaces just to work. So those are all of the available courses that are inside that you could pick on and just say, look, let me just focus on one. I don't need to do all of these. I just need to see one and just walk it all the way through. On the left-hand side, it's going to just be how the marketing works. Now, many of you do not have a business set up yet, but inside here, they're going to help you set up your LLC properly. How to get your EIN number, how to get your address, your business phone number, your business email address, how to set the website up, and how to get all your branding and templates together. That's inside of here. Also, to show you how to get more of those done for you products, there's 400 done for you products. So if you remember at the top of my conversation where I mentioned I did multiple ebooks, and the first one had to do with how to fix your credit. Well, I got a PLR, which is a private label rights ebook years ago, made some edits to it, but now it's mine. Now it's mine. I'm now an author again, but that I made that book. You have access to 400 types of books like that. So again, if you know something, you can get paid for something. So inside of there, you're going to get access to 400 type products that you can put together. Lots of different marketing tips in here, cryptocurrency, trucking, cryptocurrency, they go into that. Real estate investing, affiliate marketing, which I love, and yeah, how to get business funding as well. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, is inside of here. Why typically when I have to put these things together for people, it costs a lot of money to do something individually. This is the #1 school that you're going to be able to get into. It's the fastest growing school that's going to show you how to get at least 400 streams of income, access to them, let's put it that way. Over 50 business startups, and right now to date, over 16,000 members and counting. So just understand what you're a part of. Now, again, I had mentioned I am going to be starting a community so that you're looking at this information. You're like, well, how am I going to do this? And I feel like I'm going to be left by myself. How do I put this stuff together? 2 things I want you to focus on tonight and the rest of this week is 2 things. What do I want off this list that's going to get me closer to that figure that I wrote. What do I want? And just be crystal clear with it. And the second thing is, when do I want it? We know that the money is not going to decrease. Excuse me, the expenses are not going to decrease. The only thing that we can do is make more money. Got it? We can only make more money. And we have to start getting around a community of people to help put these things together. So all of this access is only $49.99. One time. That's it. I'm not beating anybody's over the head for $50,000 or $10,000. For you to have access to all of those courses, that's it. And this course also gives you the ability to resell it if you want. It's called MRR. Master Resale Rights gives you the right if you want to sell this yourself. So Corinne, if you wanted to make a business of helping people start their own businesses at home, what if we could show you at home how to, you don't have to do an elaborate presentation like I was doing. Like I do this because I love to teach. But if you wanted to resell this for the same price, you could do that. If you wanted to sell it for $200, you could do that. But there's a cap on it, you just can't sell it more than $597. But it's worth it. How much in this course would you assume, before I told you the price, I should have asked before that, how much would you assume that having access to all of those type of businesses would run? Let me hear from you. It could have been. It could have easily been $997, right, Anya? It could have been $997. Right. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a blessing because it's going to help a lot more people get to where they need to faster. Right. It's going to get there faster. So, two things of what I wanted to do for those that want to take take advantage of that. There's two things. I'll drop the link for this so that you can get that. I'm doing promotion for this, but the price on my website is going to go up definitely. But I want to make sure that you guys get access to this first before it starts going, the prices that I could charge it for. But you can charge it if you want to anybody else over $50, as long as it's over $50, because there's no need to cheapen the value of it. Like don't sell it for $10 or $20. You want to sell it to help someone really get to the confidence position of, hey, I can do this. There's nothing standing in my way at $50. And if you want to split it in two payments, you can do that as well. All right. So any questions on this so far? I've done a lot of chatting. One thing I want to drop in here, do you want to see the academy? Does anybody want to see what it looks like?
Yes.
Okay, I'll show it to you. Who said that? Corinne, you said that?
Yes, ma'am.
Put my glasses on with your purple lips. And then the wait list is another one that costs you nothing. But if you want to start getting together, March 17th is when the doors open for that community. That's going to be $49 a month if you want to be in that community to help put your ideas together, whether it's this or any other business ideas, then that's going to be the place where I can help you connect the dots because you need people, you need resources, you need to know how to put this stuff together. I don't want you to focus on that right now. I just want to focus on two things. What do you want to do? When do you want to get this done? Let me help you work on the how. All right, so you got two things. You can order it, $49.99 one time. And it's not a monthly cost for that, ladies and gentlemen. You have it, you have access to it for a lifetime. Any updates they do to it, you get access to it. The wait list is the second link that I put in there. If you want to be a part of the community with me teaching every single Monday, then that's going to be in there so that that's $49 a month. So you can be part of that community. So we can be hands-on with, hey, Lorie, I'm trying to start the business up with this phone number, or, I'm thinking about this LLC name. What do you think? That's where we can go inside there and actually dig into your business. Okay. So let me show you inside the school. Okay. All right. Let me show you what the classroom looks like. So when you get started, there is a platform called School, and School is a top community where a lot of creators and teachers put their classrooms and they put their courses on here. So that's going to be the place where you go and you log in to access the course, the academy, right? So to date, this is the #1 business startup and leadership, where they help you with government contracting, different business courses, different sales, and different done for you products as well. When you're coming in here, as you see, you've got over 16,000 members over here to the right. And as I come up here where it says Royale Business Academy, I'm going to click on Classroom so that you can see a sample of what is inside of here. All right. Once you get inside here, it just gives you a basic introduction on welcome, just to give you some information about who they are. They meet at least once a week and to give you support. That's fine, but I'm giving you a kind of higher level amount of access because you deserve that part to help you kind of link these things together. All right. So here's some of the courses that you can store. Stand Store is basically a platform where you can put your courses on to get paid. So let's just say you have a course on how to truck. All right. Stand Store is a platform that when people go to the course, they buy it, boom, you get paid through your bank. So they tell you how to set that up. Many of you, we've done this together, your Linktree setup, which is pretty cool. So it tells you a lot of things on how to set your business up from small to big stuff. And they got the different replays from the different community conversations. The Business Foundation, remember, we're talking about how to set your business up. That's one of the first things you want to go through is how do I set my business up properly? If you're going to be in business and do it the right way and get paid that way, get respected that way, treat it as a business, not a hobby. So they're going through all of the ways of how to set it up, how to get your LLC together, for example. Some have videos, some don't. But either way, it's going to be step by step on how to do it the right way. My ADD sometimes will get the best of me. So if I see too much information at once, I'm not going to do it. So I got to start from the top and just say, all right, today, Tuesday, this is what I'm going to do. And that's it. Okay. And then everything gets you ready for your business website, how to set it up, give you some great places where you can go to get your website set up. So these are the conversations that we have to have because you got to know how to put all this together. All right, what else is in here? Let's get back to the classroom and see what else is in here. The business branding. There's so many different flyers in here. And if you use Canva, they import right through Canva. Even if you have a free account, you can still use that. How to create your logo. Okay, it goes through what is branding. So not that you have to go through all of this at one time, but guys, this is your everything. This is how to start your business. Everything is in here. Customer service goes over some tips on how to properly set your business up correctly. What systems you can use for customer support. How to schedule your postings, give you some sites that you can use. I love it. So not only do they give you the information, they give you the places of where you can go to get the things connected to. Government contracts, how to get those. And here are all the business courses that we went through. Right here. So if you go, everything, you saw everything here, everything, all the courses are behind here. Let me go through mobile food truck because Deborah mentioned that one first. You don't pay anything else. Once you pay the one time, you have access to all of this. And then you just go through it. What is a food truck? Developing a business plan, finding a commissary, creating a menu. All of these things to help you get it done right. Operations and management, how to get higher staff, which is mainly important. Of course, keeping the books, franchising. This is pretty hot. And if it's not something I would have thought about, this is the time to actually pivot now to start thinking, hey, I was doing this for 15 years, but you know what? it's time to do something else. And these are the kind of things we can sit down and focus on and say, well, I was doing this, but I'm considering the vending machines. I'm considering doing the Turo. All of these things don't have to take 9 to 5 hours. All of these things do not take all of your day. Yes, yes, that's what it is, Esmella. You're picking one so that you can start focusing on the numbers that we chose to make. What is that number? And one of these is going to help me get there. One of these seniors are not going anywhere. Seniors need to get transported from home to dialysis, from home to the hospital, to doctor's appointments. That's a business in itself. Do you have to do the business all the time? No. What if you've got 4 other responsible people that want to work with you? You're getting a piece of every single time that transportation is going on. And if that transportation is 3 times a day, then you're getting a piece from all 3 of that just from that one person driving. Okay? Gotta think big, y'all. Okay? We can fall behind if we want to, but it is not the place to be doing that. Here, I have it on my website where if you're going to pay it in full, that is fine. If you want to pay it in 2, where it's $25 today, 25 in 2 weeks, that's cool too. It's no interest. I don't care. Just get started with it. So those are the options there. You've got so much in here to choose from. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I think you got a good flavor on. You've got plenty of marketing to help support. You know how to start the business. It's going to help you set the business up. You're going to pick one of these courses to know for the rest of 2025, this is what we're going to focus on. Faceless channel. Many of you may not even want to show your face. All right. One of the new channels that I'm going to be starting is a faceless channel. So for some reasons for your work, you may not want to show your face. For security purposes, you may not want to show your face, but people still buy behind faceless channels. All right. So it teaches you how to create that page, whether it's on IG, TikTok, it doesn't matter, but you're going to be able to create stories through there. And the content is really what's going to help sell that. And that's something we can go over more in the community. When would you like the monies for? Oh, you pay for it when you're ready. I'm just saying, after this week, I'm not going to keep the price where it is. I promise you that, because the value is in everything that I'm showing you here. So if you want to get it, you've got the links inside the chat box. Copy that. Copy the wait list link as well, so that if you want to be a part of the community starting next month, then you will be a part of it so we can put all this stuff together. But at least between now and then in March, you have plenty of time to at least start digging in here to start establishing which you want to get started with. You've got about 3 weeks to get started with what you want to get started with. Sales, email marketing, Etsy, Amazon's, if you want to sell on Amazon, trucking is on here, investing and finance, crypto investing is also in here. Learn the fundamentals of crypto. If you haven't started already, why not? Why not? It even gives you the links of where you can go to start holding your money. These are safe links so that you can at least start when you're ready. Best practices for beginners. So, and they have more courses that are coming up. The course later, of course, will be more, but I don't know what that price will be more because, you know, it could be $297 the next time the updated edition comes out. But right now, this 1.0 edition is only $50 to get access to this. Life insurance, how to get a staffing agency, how to get business funding. Remember, you set your business up correctly, you're able to get funding for your business. If you notice during the pandemic, lots of money was given out through PPP loans. The SBA, the Small Business Admin, was giving out money, not to individuals, but to people who had businesses. So this is very important so that you set this up correctly so that you can have access to these types of funds in the future. These are things that are coming up soon. Legal vault, legal documents, print on demand. Let's just say you want to get products made with print your logo on them. They're going to talk about those drop shipping options in here as well. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
I do. I have a question.
Hey, Ladybug.
I'm sorry. I just thought I tried to raise my hand, but I wasn't sure if I did or not.
Okay.
So as courses are added to this,
Mhm.
will it be in will we still be able to access it,
Mhm.
or will we have to buy a separate package for that?
No.
Like now it's $49.95 and you said it's going to go up. So if you add something into it later, say in 6 months from now,
So
would we
they
still
will
have
have
access?
another. So look at this as the first edition.
Okay.
When they have the first edition and they fill it with whatever things that she wants to fill it with, because it's a woman-owned business, then that way it is the price. It is what it is now. But let's just say later in the summertime, she wants to do a 2.0 edition, then that's going to be a whole separate. As far as I know, it's going to be a separate.
Okay.
It's going to be a separate one, but it might still be the same, but the minimum might go from $49 up to $297 because it's got more information in it.
Right.
So
Okay.
it might still be the same. I'm not quite sure of how it's going to be handled. If it's going to be the same course, just bigger, just with the
Okay.
big tag. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
get in while you can. Do that now instead of waiting until that moment. Latrice, how deep are the course instructions, or is the good question for the one-time 49 or future updates included? So here's how I want to answer the first question. How deep are they? They are enough to get you started. They are definitely enough to get you started and aware of what's needed and who's needed to run the business. Okay. When you get inside the community with me, then that's going to be a little bit more deeper because now it's a little bit more on, all right, I'm doing this, I got this, but now I need automation to click to put these things together. Inside the community is taking it from basic beginner to mid-level, high-level range. So it's helping you elevate whatever you're choosing to do to help it prosper and get fundable and keep it profitable, okay? And then for the one-time $49 or future updates included, yes. Answer is yes to that. If in the future that the price goes up, you're not paying anything. It's just what your customers would pay. Let's just say if you wanted to sell it later, it's just what you would have to pay later. I'm not sure how she's going to do the adjustment, but you have access to everything right now. Anybody coming behind you is going to have a higher price because more is in the course. Does that make sense? All right, so Trinita, you got the link? Does anyone else have any questions? I'm excited to see what you guys are starting. Drop in here. What kind of things do you see that you're going to be starting with, or do you want to get, maybe go and join the community and start with something else? What do you see? What did you see of interest? Because you might have to just get it and kind of digest it all. You know what? You've been working on your quilting for a little while. I believe one of those done for you ebooks is going to be the thing that you need. I know that because you've got to be able to have a freebie gift to give to someone, allow them to see a little bit, and then point them in the direction of working with you, maybe one-on-one later. So you've got 400 different done for you products in there. That will probably be the best thing that you want to at least start with. And when you get inside the community, then we can start focusing on, well, how are we going to help you market it to the masses? Oh, the vending machine thing kind of got me too. Chandler, yeah, that's pretty good. Because that one's an easy one. Like I see so many people at Costco and BJ's just making food runs, snacks, that's it. And they fill it up. And how it depends where the vending machine is. If it's in a hot location, if it's in a barber shop, hair salon, one of those suites, like those hair suites. If it's near a pop-in place, and you're replenishing it, don't get mad. You're just picking the money up every week. You're picking money up every week as you're dropping snacks off. That's it. That is it. Funeral home, food truck. Think about things that are not going anywhere. Think about things that are not going anywhere. I hate to say it, but someone's always going to be passing away. Someone's always going to be eating. Healthcare is always going to be needed. Yes, mobile signing agent. We need them all the time for real estate. All the time. Mortgage bankers need it. You get connected to one good title company or a lending company, they're sending you business. And that's why you have to get inside the community with me, because I want to make sure I'm showing you all of these different people that could send you business. Senior transportation, easy. Easy. A lot of them aren't driving and their family members are at work. A lot of them just don't have it. So just imagine you're the Uber for the seniors and they will love you for that. And they'll give you snacks and everything. Seniors always have something for you. Mobile signing agent. Yep. What else y'all got? Y'all got some good ideas. I'm thinking about some new stuff. Like the business ideas that I do now are everything digital, because if I move out of the country, when I do, because I can't stay here in the US forever, it's got to be digital, because I want people to be able to have access no matter where I am, no matter where I go. All right, so the MRR, let me talk about that. The master reseller rights simply means when you buy this product tonight, tomorrow, when you buy it, you automatically have the resale rights. That means you could resell this entire package for anywhere between $50 to $600. It's your choice. And then remember in the first chapter, we're talking about setting up your stand store. If you resell it, all of the profits go to you, not to me, not to the academy. 100% of the profits go to you, Latrice. That's what I'm like. You could do this as a business in itself, and you could do it faceless. If you go on TikTok and see why, when some of these lives where people are just selling stuff and they're educating, they're giving value on how you can work from home, this could be one of the things that you're talking about. How are you going to work from home? How are you going to get through the next couple of months, right? Let's talk to the people who are just getting their tax returns back. Let's talk to the people who might have just got laid off. Okay. You want to talk to the person who's just getting out of college. You want to be able to connect with people for a $50 membership, for a $50 course. That's it. And people are on live doing this, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on TikTok or IG, it's up to you. But you do not have to show your face if you don't want to. You can, but many people, just imagine if you had 10 people buy from you tonight. Seems like some of the rent could be paid real quick. All right, we're trying to knock out some of these expenses real quick. Background check, legal, adult daycare. Cool. And some of these things you need licenses for, some of them you don't. And so those are the kind of things that we need to talk about inside the community based upon what do you have, so that we can make sure, do you need a license? There's certain LLC names that you want to not do. You don't want to have certain, like if I'm a real estate agent, I am, you don't want to have certain names are red flags, because when you go for funding, it's going to be a problem for you. So I'm not going to call it Lorie's Real Estate Group. I don't want real estate in my name. I'm going to say L's Consulting Group, but I'm not going to say any trick. There's certain words that you can't say in your LLC name. As vain as we want to be to put our own personal name in it, remember, limited liability company means it's a shell company, not your name. So don't put Chandler Haynes LLC, right? You could call it C-Hop LLC. Nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows what that is off the break. They got to do some research to see, well, who's the member, who's the owner of this LLC? But that's the protection to keep you away from trouble. Same thing. Now, when you go for funding, when you go for business loans, they don't want to see crypto or real estate. There's certain trigger words, and we'll go over that later on. What are the key words that you want to stay clear with? Consulting is good. Consulting is good. Enterprise, good. Chandler Enterprises, good. All right. Latrice Enterprises, good. But just, yeah, we go over what is a good name and what's not good. Healthcare, notary. Yeah, a lot of people are exiting the traditional healthcare right now. And if you can get in here, you can probably make more money on your own business than you were working at the hospital or the rehab center because you're going to be in more demand. You see the idea? It's a possibility. You've got to know it's possible. It's easier for you to get one of these and not focus on, well, I need to get 15 different businesses and I'm overwhelmed with what I'm going to do. I just want you to focus on get the course, look through it, and which one makes your heartbeat go. Which one is like, I can do this one. I'm going to do this one. And that's the one I want to see in the community that we actually help you launch. Get in here, at least start the course. It's $25 today. That's it. But it's easier for you to get in front of this type of information now so that the numbers that you claim, no matter if it's the house, if it's the trip, if it's the vacation, now we can really start working backwards with, all right, the dream costs this. And what we need to do is we need to make at least 200 in sales every day in order to make this type of money. Okay, now it's achievable. Now we're breaking things down so we can start putting money into the house fund. We can start putting more money into the investment fund, to the vacation. Got it? So we work backwards from what is the salary? What is the income that you said? I don't care if you said $600,000. If you said 2 million, let's work backwards from there because all of these are possible. None of us should be broke with what we just saw on here. None. It should keep you up tonight thinking about what is the next one that I'm going to work on. That's going to be my $1 million idea. And if I don't make $1 million by August, it's okay. I'm still going to keep going. And if you don't have it by the springtime, I'm still going to keep going because I need the help and support to keep me going. Okay. So how many of you are looking to be a part of on the wait list? It's free to join that, but I'm just letting you know that one's going to be $49 a month so that you can get access to this. Remember how much money I've spent so I can get that back to you. You're investing $49 a month to be part of the community. Realize it'll take probably about 24 hours, if not less than that, for them to approve you to get inside the community. You have to have a paid receipt and they need to see that you've paid for it so that even if you do the partial pay, it's fine. But as long as you are showing that you paid, then you will be able to get access. So it'll give you instructions on what to do as soon as you join. And as soon as you join, get inside there and just browse. Start from the beginning. Just start from the beginning. And then the second thing is the wait list. I need to see who's going to be in the community. So join the wait list if you want to be a part of my community, the inner circle, so that you can get this information and start putting it all together. Okay? It takes one decision. That is it. And I'm super proud. Again, I celebrate everything that you're doing. Latrice, Gwen, Toya, everybody that's on here, Chandler, Deborah, so good to see you again. And Corinne, there's so much in front of you. And I was so excited to really bring all this to you because I know that somebody needs the blessing. And it's going to take one idea to make all this happen. And I want to make sure that I'm helping you put all this together. So don't dismiss it. And if you want to pay more money for it, not a problem. But if you want to sell it, if you want to sell this course, as I mentioned, you can sell it for whatever you want between $50 and $597. That is totally up to you. If you want to do that as a business on its own, I'm giving it to you. All right, giving you all the ideas. So I'll send you those pieces of information out. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.